Hi, in this video I'll give a brief introduction to the demand curve, which is quite a core concept in economics. So to understand what we mean when we draw a demand curve, we first need to understand what we mean by demand. So demand refers to the quantity of a good or a service that consumers are willing and able to buy at a given price. So we're going to want to learn this definition, and if we're writing an essay, it might be one that we can just jot down at the start of it, just to show that we understand what demand means. But it's just the quantity of any good or service that an individual is both willing to, or is willing to pay for, and it actually has the money to pay for at any given price. So we can represent demand using a demand curve, and the curve itself shows the relationship between the price of a good or service and the quantity demanded of that good or service. So if we want to discuss the demand curve, it's probably useful to draw one out. So when we have a demand curve on our y or our vertical axis, we plot what the price of the good or service is, and on the x or the horizontal axis we are going to put the quantity of that good that is demanded. So when we have these axes, the demand is going to be this downward sloping line, and we'd usually label this with a D for demand. And this is what our demand curve is going to look like. So why does our demand curve look like this when it's downward sloping? Well, that's what I will attempt to explain now. So let's consider that we start at an initial price, which is P E, and here we may think of this E as meaning equilibrium, but I won't go into that in too much detail yet. To understand what our equilibrium price is, we first need to know what our supply curve looks like, and that'll be a topic for a future video. So for now, let's just assume we have some price at PE, and let's say that we're looking at the market for phones, or maybe even more specifically iPhones. So at this certain price, PE, which we could say is, say, £500, how many iPhones are going to be demanded? Well, we use our demand curve, and what our demand curve tells us that this amount of iPhones is demanded, and we can call this QE, and maybe this is 1 million iPhones. I don't know for sure what the demand curve for an iPhone looks like, but just for argument's sake, let's say that at price PE, we have this quantity QE that is demanded, and this is all our demand curve shows. It's just, if the price is something, what is our quantity demanded going to be? So if we were to then increase the price of iPhones up to, say, this point here, and we had P1, and this was, say, maybe £700, well, our demand for iPhones, or the quantity demanded of iPhones, is going to fall to Q1, and maybe we only have 500,000 iPhones demanded. And so if we increase the price, we have what we call a contraction of demand. So if we increase the price, we move along the demand curve, and in this case we move backwards along the demand curve. So an increase of price causes a reduction in quantity demanded, and this seems to make some intuitive sense. If we increase the price, there are going to be fewer people that are willing and able to pay for our iPhone, so we have a contraction or a decrease in demand. And equally, we could say, what if we decrease the price of an iPhone to P2, and we say that we reduce our price of an iPhone to £300? Well, we can use our demand curve, and our demand curve will show us that at this price we have quantity Q2 demanded, which might be 1.5 million iPhones. And so as we decrease the price, we have an extension of demand, or maybe more simply, our demand increases as we reduce the price of a good. And again, this makes more sense. As we reduce the price, more people are going to be willing, or maybe more accurately, more people are going to be able to pay £300 than are able to pay £500 for an iPhone, so we have an increase in demand. And this is why we tend to have downward sloping demand curves, because as price increases, fewer people want to pay for something, and as we have a reduction in price, more people are willing to pay for something. So we can sometimes think of examples where a demand curve is upward sloping, but I will leave that topic for a future video also. And it is worth noting, if I draw a quick diagram with price and quantity, we could have a demand curve which looks something like this, or that looks something like this. My point being that a demand curve does not need to be a perfectly straight line, as it is in this original diagram I was using. However, we do usually draw our demand curves as a straight line because it is much more simple to draw and to understand that way. However, there's nothing to say that there has to be a linear relationship between price and quantity. If our price fell to £1 for an iPhone, we could perfectly reasonably expect that there would be billions of iPhones demanded at £1. However, our linear relationship that we see on this demand curve, it clearly wouldn't be 1 billion iPhones demanded at £1, or maybe they would. I've not mapped it out, but I doubt there would on this graph that I have just quickly drawn up with those examples. But that is a brief introduction to the demand curve. I hope that has made some sense. If it has, please do drop a like. If it hasn't, drop a comment with any questions you may have. Make sure to subscribe to add some Econ to your subscription feed, and check out the playlist for some more introductory economics.